What's up, Coyote Pack, and welcome back to the channel on another Coyote Reviews video, the series where I take the latest and popular games and give my honest opinion and feedback. Now, if you feel like this series is for you after you watch this video, why not consider subscribing to the channel to follow me on this YouTube adventure. Now, that being all said, guys, let's just jump into today's video. So today, guys, I've got a special one for you. I'm going to be reviewing Adios. Now, Adios is a small indie game developed and published by Mischief. Now, I seen this game on Steam literally today, and it looked fun. It had me hooked on the the trailer and the screenshots of the game. But at the end of the day, I'm totally disappointed on this game, and I've come off this game and went straight to doing this video because I feel that robbed of me money. It just needs to happen, and you can kind of say this video is to promote awareness for how shit this game is. But guys, before I start giving my points and feedback, I just want to explain what this game is. Now, as I said, it is an indie game, but it's totally story driven. Like, when I say it's just, when it gives the genre story driven, it fucking means it in this one, because the gameplay is so minimal. But I explain that later on in the video. Basically, Adios is you play as a pig farmer who's disposing bodies for the mafia. Now, straight away, that sounds like a boss story. That's what hooked me on this game. I thought, yes, that story is brilliant. But then it soon comes to an end. Like, he wants to cut ties with the mafia, basically, because he doesn't want to do it anymore. And that's where the story starts. And the game starts by you telling the guy who works for the mafia, basically, no, I don't want to dispose of these bodies. But guys, a huge disclaimer for this video before we even jump into first impressions. I'm just gonna, the gameplay I'm gonna show for you guys is gonna be literally that's it. It's basically standing, looking at a guy talking, and you can move the camera and you can walk around, but you can't walk around that far because it doesn't let you walk around. So that's just the gameplay. That's as exciting as it gets, with a couple of mini games through in there, but I'll explain that. So all the gameplay shown today was captured on PC, but just take it at face value. This is the game. I don't want to bullshit you guys. So 99% of the footage is going to be a camera still looking at looking at the character and listening to them speak. That's basically the game. So I don't want to bullshit you in giving you gameplay fully of the mini games and all that, because there's there's 10. There's a very few amount of mini games, and I think I would be lying to you guys. So I just want to show you what you're getting into as you buy, if you think about buying this game. So guys, let's just look at first impressions. Now, first impressions, the graphics are not terrible. They can be better, but it's by a small indie developer, so you can let that slide. Really, I think the graphics are decent enough. Now, as I started to look at the character models, I was thinking, what, the character models are actually well done. The mafia guy who's the main character, you think, oh, he looks alright, until you actually go close up to him and look at him, and his facial expressions are so I don't know, I've never seen nothing like it. It's so awful. And don't even start me with the character Sol. There's only literally, you only see two characters in the game, and one of them's okay, decent, and then the other one's Sol. Now Sol, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they made this. Sol is basically emotionless. He doesn't even look at you. I show some clips here, he just stares straight off, and if you stand looking at him, you feel like he's staring into your soul. He has no facial expression whatsoever. It stays the exact same, except his mouth moves when he talks. He's only in the game for 15 minutes, but that's the second character that you see, and the only character, not including the animals, of course, but we jump into that in a minute. But the character models are shocking for the only two that's in the game. like you can just laugh at some clips. He literally looks like Frozone on The Incredibles, just motionless, and it's fucking scary. Now, another thing you notice at the start, guys, is the voice acting. Now, the voice acting is the best part of this game, hands down. The voice acting's actually pretty well done, and it's actually sad to see that how poor the character models are compared to the voice acting. They've put so much, like, whoever voice acted this game, like they need a pat on the back, because the voice acting is top tier in this. But that is the only thing that's good about this game. So with all that first impressions comes to is, you know, it's a good starting thing. Like, the story's got a good start. Like, it does get you interested in the characters, but that's it. Now let's get into gameplay, guys, as gameplay is very poor at best. As we said at the start of this video, guys, gameplay is non-existent. You're basically standing there talking to a guy for the whole game with, like, cuts. It's basically, they're not even cutscenes. Like, you can walk around, you can pick some things up. Like, that's about it. Now, there's some mini games here, like shoveling horse shit, because you know you're doing farming tasks as you go round. Like, you're feeding the horse, milking goats. That, even if you can class it as milking a goat, because I get into that in a minute. But like, this game is got no gameplay. Now, I don't know why they're calling this a game, because it has no gameplay, literally nothing. But like, it's like as minimal as they can get away with, even though they shouldn't be able to get away with this. Now, we can take it at face value, it's a story-driven game, but it would have been best doing this as a visual novel or something. Not you know, why is the gameplay here? Anyway, I could explain the gameplay more, but that's about it. You can see by the clips I'm adding to the back of this video, there's nothing there. It's literally just talking. Now, we get into the story and the spoilers later on in the video, but I just want to talk a bit more on gameplay. Now, these mini games, there's, you know, personally, I think there's one good one. The only one good one is the horseshoe game, because it kind of distracts you from the story a little bit. The rest, like, you know, shoveling poo and all that, and you know, who wants to do that? Like, it's entertaining for a minute, but you know, and you can only do this. You can only do these mini games a specific time, like when it gets to a point in the story. That's it. Now, another mini game that I found was okay was the shooting, like the skeet shooting. Now, you get a shotgun at one point and you have to shoot these pellets that are going up in the air. Now, it was good until you realise, and I'll show you the clip here again. It's good until you realise that your aim does not matter. You can shoot halfway across the screen and it still, you know, it still says you've shot it. Now, you know, literally, I don't know why they've done this. I know they want to make it easy and they want to make it story based, but as I said, what gameplay? There's no gameplay here. You know, the best bit was at the end. Now, this is not a spoiler. Like, this is not a spoiler at all, so don't worry. We get into spoilers later on in the video, but you cook a meal at the end. Like, you cook a meal. Like, it was fun, but it's dead glitchy. It's glitchy to the point where you cannot progress the story. Like, you can't. I'll explain it more in the spoilers, but you can't progress the story because it won't let you cook this meal. But anyway, guys, as it's a story-driven game, that, you know, there's your gameplay. Take what you need. If you enjoy the story-based games, then maybe it's for you. But as it's a story-based game, let's just dive into the story aspect, and hopefully the story is a lot better and holds this game up. Spoiler, it doesn't. It fucking doesn't. But anyway, let's get into story, guys. Before we continue this video, guys, I want to make a huge disclaimer here. There will be spoilers ahead. Now, I usually don't do spoilers, but I'm getting passionate enough about this game that I just need to include them, because there's a massive aspect to this game which I need to spoil to explain. Now, if you do not want spoilers, like, I understand, click off this video now, but this is your only warning. Now that's out of the way, guys, for the people who have stayed, you're not missing much. Like, the spoilers, like, you know, the game's, you know, poor at best. But anyway, so as I said, you're a pig farmer and you are doing deals with the mafia. Like, you're basically letting the pigs eat the disposed bodies. Now, again, it's a really good aspect. Now, I don't know what this game turns into, but the story, like, after the voice acting, like, if you get rid of the voice acting, there's just too much story. And what I mean by that is it's pointless. Like, it's too much pointless story. You're sitting scene by scene, you know, with this guy who's just explaining his life to you. Now, it is good. Like, you can get into it. But, like, 90% of the story is, like, you feel like, why is it there? Like, what is the point? Like, I know it's for, you know, to develop character development, but you just don't care enough about these characters. Like, but anyway, it turns into, basically, the game turns into is this guy's following you around being fucking annoying as you tell him your life problems, you know, and he's trying to convince you the whole way that, like, you know, are you sure you want to do this? You do realise the consequences that are going to happen. That's basically the story in one. But fuck knows why he's giving him a tour of the building. Like, you turn into a tour guide after the first scene. You literally tell him how to milk a goat. You tell him how to feed a horse and what's the importance of it. Now, it's trying to tell a good message, but why are you letting this mafia guy... And why would you want to tour it in the first place? It doesn't make fucking sense. Like, the story does not make sense in a story game. And combined with the gameplay, why? Anyway, let's talk about towards the end of the game, because the 99% of the game is just pure talk and crap. It's just talking, literally shite about, like, his past life, and are you sure you want to do this? Every single scene you go to, are you sure you want to continue not dealing with the mafia? Are you sure? And that's what it likes to throw on you. But, you know, it's just the same thing. Anyway, so that's 90% of the game, and then it just, you know, you skip to the end after the mafia guy goes. He basically says, see you later, you know, like, we'll be back this evening. Obviously, it's hinting at something, you know. Now, it's hinting at obviously they're going to come and kill you. And your main character knows, like, and this is where it starts to get sad a little bit. This is probably the best bit of the game. You start to, you know, you prepare your last meal, basically. And, you know, you call your son, and your son's, like, having a go at you because of your wife that's died and all that. And you call your neighbour just to say, like, hey, look after me farm, you know. You know, now there's story dialogues. I just want to get this out the way. There's, like, story choices, you know, like multiple choice. Now, as far as I know, it does not affect the story. You know, the story is very linear. Like, I've done my research and everyone's saying the same. But if there's multiple endings, then it was very well hidden. And you probably won't get them on your first playthrough. Like, as if you want to play another playthrough after this. Anyway, it's like every other game where you choose, you know, like, you know, press the one key to choose this dialogue option. It gives you 3 choices of what dialogue to say. Now, it would, you know, as I said, I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters. But please note, as I was going through this game, most of the dialogue options were just blurred out, and if you went to say it, it just goes, and doesn't say anything. Like, you basically can't choose them, you've got to choose the exact same choice. Now, I think it's obviously done for your past dialogue, but, you know, it doesn't really change the game as much. Like, as I said, the best bit's when you're calling your son and your neighbour, and that kind of gets a little bit of emotional because you just know the character's going to die. Now, anyway, going back to your last meal, as I said earlier on in the video, you know, about it's so glitchy. Now, I tell you from my experience, and now I've looked up online and I've seen other people's experience in the same issue as me. Now, as you cook the last meal, this is my first time because I had to go back. I cooked a meal, it wouldn't let me cook anything else. It would only let me cook there's 3 meals to choose from basically, and I had to pick it wouldn't let me cook 2 of them. It only let me cook the stew basically. Anyway, so I cooked the stew, I put it on the table, and it says go and get your shotgun. So I go and get my shotgun, puts it on the table. Now once that happens, it just basically skips to where the mafia's outside basically. Now you can hear them talking outside, but you can't hear what they're saying. It's inaudible noise. Now I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're about to grab the shotgun. All I see, and I will show this clip right now, it pissed me off. All I seen for the ending of a game is a silenced pistol. A silenced pistol clip through a wall and shoot me. Like, you didn't even see, you seen the hand of the guy. I don't know what. I'm hoping this is a glitch. I'm hoping this is a glitch and it's not like that for everyone. Because I was like looking at it, I was like, what? I was literally like, you're joking, aren't you? Like, there's no way. Anyway, it's just so poorly done. So I thought, oh, it's a glitch. I go back. I went back 3 times. 3 times. And it would just not let me cook anything. It just, as soon as I done the correct recipe, I was even doubting myself, but all 3 times after that, I made sure I was doing it right, step by step, in order, and it just wouldn't let me click the timer, and I couldn't see the ending again, seeing if you could pick the shotgun up or not, which I'm assuming you can't. So I just don't get the whole point of the game. Like, I don't even know if they're trying to promote you can't immerse yourself in a game that's that buggy, glitchy and shite, basically. And combined, right, ready for this is what pissed me off the most, I wouldn't mind if it's like £1, what's £1? And here we go again, Coyote's moaning about the price, yeah, I understand this, but let's just sit down and establish that this game was £15 fucking pounds. 15 fucking pounds. And it lasted me an hour. Now, that's stealing. Like, I'm going to be honest, guys, I've put in a fucking refund, and if you've got this game, hopefully you've put in a refund as well, because it's fucking disgusting. I don't care what developer it is. Like, if you're developing a game and it's story driven, you want your story to work, and if it's that buggy you can't see the ending of a fucking game, why publish the game? Why say, if you give me the money, I'm just going to give you a buggy game? It's just, no. No, it just don't work like that. But anyway, guys, I know I've rambled, but this game needs promoting for how fucking terrible it is and how scummy. I don't even know if the developers mean to be scummy. I think it's very scummy that you're selling a broken game. Now, it is playable to the point where you can finish the story if you reset your game and all that, but if you pay £15 for a 1 hour game, you'd hope that fucking 1 hour game would be fine, for 1 hour. All you have to fucking give back is a 1 hour of, and a working game. But I experienced 4 game breaking bugs in an hour. So I can't recommend this, guys, at all. Do not fucking pick this up. If you pick this up, you might as well just be giving money to a developer that you don't get a game back. You might as well just give them the money and say, you know what, keep the game. Because it's just not going to work. Anyway, guys, let's just get into final verdict. So guys, here we are, final verdict. As I said, it's classed itself as a game with minimalistic gameplay, if that. The story is poor and a story-driven game, and it's that glitchy to the point where at the end you're probably not even going to experience the ending in a nice way. So for that, guys, I'm gonna have to just give it a 2 out of 10. A 2 out of 10, that's all I can give it. Now, you're wondering why 2 and not 0 because you rambled the whole video. Now, I'm giving it 2 just for the voice acting. That's it. The voice acting, whoever voice acted this game, give them the money that give them at least half the money that you're charging for this game, because the voice acting saved it. Well, not even saved it, but made it, you know, at least bearable through the whole game. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I know it's been like a 20-minute rant, and I feel like I'm Angry Joe ranting about a game, but you know, it has to be said on this game, you know, how disgusting it is, like charging £15 and for not even a complete game. But you know, if you've seen this game and you're still interested in it, then I hope you go out and enjoy the game. But the majority of people are not going to enjoy this. But anyway, guys, I'll leave a Coyote Reviews playlist in the description below, as always. If you've enjoyed this little rant video and want to see more, leave a like down below, as it boosts my confidence. But if my confidence gets boosted anymore, my ego will go sky high. But other than that, guys, I hope to catch you on my next video or videos. I've got a really special one coming out Monday for you guys, so stay tuned. But other than that, guys, see you later. Peace.